about the current status of the world right now and how you can maneuver out. So let's dig in. Basically, we're in late stage capitalism. What does that mean? That means your money's not worth what it used to be, and it's just going to get keep shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and you need to catch up so you can be able to survive. So let's go into a little bit of history and talk about where we are right now and how do we. Okay. Welcome, Instagram. You're just coming in. This is Sabrina with TGMI. We're doing the Demystify your financial system in America and also your own and the economy, excuse me, series. So today we're talking about late stage capitalism, the current status of what we're going through, and how we can maneuver to catch up and take care of ourselves. Um, so what we're going to talk about is America. And it didn't used to be like this. You know, you're working hard, you feel something's not right, and you know that since the past 3 or 4 years, your money's just not buying as much as it used to. And that's because of our financial system. Now, we need to go back to World War II, when America became the big girl or the main character for the world as far as monetary policy and, how money works and trades. So what happened was there was a big bad war. It was mostly in Europe and over away from America. So everybody was bombing and destroying themselves. And then after all the smoke cleared in 45, they were like, okay, we're all broke down and broke. America, you seem to be pretty straight. And America's like, cool, we'll keep everybody's gold reserves. We'll use our dollar because everything's all crazy with Germany and Europe and everybody fighting each other. We'll use the dollar as the main system. We're backed by gold, so we're straight. And everybody's like, okay, bet. So since 45, for almost 80 years, America has been in charge of how the world works as we know, as far as how money is done, whose currency is better than each other's, and how things are done as far as trade and who's on top. And we've been a very, very, very mean girl, very nasty. We pretty much dictate that anybody we see trying to get better than us, we go in and say we're going to be doing democracy, and we pretty much destabilize their economy so they can't compete with us. And then other things as far as third world countries that have resources, America would go in there and make their currency less so they can get more sources of material and stuff like that cheaper by manipulating the currency. So instead of we won't go there, but instead of making it equality or trying to be, bringing peacetime to the world, America said, hey, look, I'm on top, this is my position, and this is how we're going to roll. Now, what did we do with all that power? Pretty much we just kept it to the top class, the top 1%. Pretty much in America, we're oligarch. As you know, there's only so many internet companies. If you're moving like in Florida, there's only one broadband company I can use. There's only one water company you can use. And it's more of a rent-based system. And the government allows those companies to build in profit. Where's that coming from? Your pocket. So you're in the system, and that's how it's going. So flash forward 80 years, we're towards the end of the system. What happened with the baby boomers? They wanted to keep the economy going. So the baby boomers got all the perks. They got the houses. They got the free college. They got all the stuff. And it was financed on your future. So that's why the baby boomers are looking good and have most of the wealth. And they pretty much leveraged or used a credit card and say, hey, grandkids, Gen Z, Gen A, you're going to pay for it down the road. And we're heading towards, I wouldn't say a collapse, but definitely a different world. It's not going to look like it looks now. It's going to be multipolar. And what happened with America being a mean girl in 2008, it finally came to a head with the housing crash. So what happened was China, Brazil, South America, India, I know I'm leaving somebody out. They formed BRICS. So BRICS is basically the cool kids at the lunch table. Like, look, chick, you're being mean. You're throwing up tables. People can't sit with you or eat, and you're, keeping people out the cafeteria as a mean girl. And that shit's not cool. And we got together. We're not trying to take over the world. We just want to be able to move and mind our business without you trying to stomp on all the little guys. So that's where we are right now. So where America was the undistributed top power, now that China has come up and has teamed up with these other people, and Saudi Arabia and a couple of other big boys are coming in, Egypt, and I think Ethiopia also are coming in, Brinks in July in a couple of months. So over the world where it was America dominated, now it's getting to it's like almost 50-50, if not more, with Brinks, and they're going to keep adding on and adding on people. So what it's going to look like is that the American dollar, where we can go into the grocery store and buy anything and do all this stuff. I mean, not now. I understand how prices are, but this is going to be the trend that's going on. So you're not crazy. You're feeling it. And so when you see these prices shrinking and stuff like that, that's what we call de-dollarization, and that our dollars aren't buying as much as they are. And that's because Brinks is like, look, we're not going to keep coming into the rest of the world's like, look, you're being a nasty bitch. We're not going to play with you. We're going to go ahead and do our own thing over here, and we don't have to go through you. And they're making another way. And that's what's happening. And that's why you're seeing like a lot of the countries are pulling out of investment in America. And that's making your dollar shrink and lower. And America's not doing anything about it. They're just giving, 5% to the boomers who have all that money, and the 1%. They're getting interest like crazy. That's why you see so many people living great, going skiing and stuff like that, because they eating. Whereas you aren't getting that money. All that money that the banks have and stuff like that, they're not lending it out. They're not putting it into the economy for regular people. They're just buying stocks and bonds and treasury bonds and just making money and eating off of that. And then meanwhile, you are getting killed with bank fees and overdraft fees. And, it's just diminishing you even more. Okay, so what did I tell you all that? To get scared? No. What I want to do is just let you know this is the reality of the situation. You can keep your head in the sand and keep going and going and going and going. You're going to go down. Or you can say, okay, Sabrina, how can we maneuver? And basically what it is taking your money out of dollars and taking your money out of panic mode. And I don't want you to be like these tech bros trading and trying to think you're going to be $1 million a year. I just want you to think long term. So what I'm saying is think 10 years down the road. What is this world going to look like? If America's not going to be on top, you don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket. You need to diversify. You need to buy stocks. The stocks are running at 20 to 30%. It's a crazy market now. There will be a correction, but over time, it shows that you have a big percentage. So where your dollar is decreasing, stocks can go up 20 to 30% in a year now, but usually 10% historically each year. And you can hedge your bet. So that way you're making more money and you don't have to worry about your dollar decreasing. Another thing is called Bitcoin, which is cryptocurrency. You probably heard that. You hear a lot of shit coins, I call them shit coins, like Dodge and stuff like that. But what you need to know about cryptocurrency right now, and I'm being real super basic because I'm giving you guys a lot of information, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first, and it came out of that 2008 crisis where I can't pronounce his name. I read the white paper, Satoshi, I think it is. He created Bitcoin. Nobody knows who the fuck he is, but he did all this stuff. He seems to be, more community-based because he has over, I don't know how many millions locked in a wallet that everybody can see how many millions he has, or billions or trillions of Bitcoin, but it has never been touched since the beginning. And he's trying to keep it pure. So where America was using the dollar to manipulate and become on top, Bitcoin doesn't have that. It's just community-based. It is what it is, and it just keeps producing, and it can never really, go down, or you can't manipulate it like America does the dollar. So with Bitcoin, you can't really go and buy like a gallon of milk in the grocery store right now. But what's happening with BRICS in the multipolar world is that nobody really wants to use the yuan in China or the Brazil and real. So how can you get it where you guys can trade and do stuff neutrally? And Bitcoin helps out with that trade internationally. So it's getting more and more money. I think Friday it was like 63,000. It goes up and down. Don't get intimidated about that. We're looking at 10 years. If you look at a draft, you'll see volatility like 1 week, 1 month. But when you go to 1 year, 5 year, 10 years, shit is like up 726%. So imagine that 10 years from now. It's only as limited supply, so it's only going to go up in value. And the more people that have it, the more stable it becomes, and the more independent it becomes, and the more you can move. Basically, think of Bitcoin like your dollars, lack of a better word, like virtual dollars. And you're already doing that with your credit card and debit card. How many people really use cash now? You're just pretty much using your phone, Apple Pay, and stuff like that. So think of that like Bitcoin, but outside of the traditional system. So what you can do with that is that you can go in the future and go to Africa. You can go to India. You can go anywhere in the world, and it's just Bitcoin. You don't have to worry about exchange fees, this and that. Everybody's it's just a universal coin. And if you can own about 0.1% of that, like 10% of a percent, you're straight. I don't expect anybody I'm talking to right now to go out and buy one Bitcoin for $62,000. I mean, that's just stupid. But there's a mechanism where you can just do as little as $10 a month, and they're not paying me. But this is what I use. It's something that I can kind of like put on automated and buy it. I don't think about it. It's going to be for the next 10 years. I'm not trying to, trade or do all the crazy stuff you see on YouTube. Just hold. It's real simple. Just get it and hold it, and you'll be surprised what it can do and what it will do in the future. And it's called Swan Bitcoin. We're going to have a tutorial on YouTube after this live that you can go through and kind of piece through. It doesn't really cost anything. Be aware that you need some type of ID if you're in America, because you have your know your customer. So when you sign up, that will be there, but it'll be in the tutorial. You'll see all that. But what I want to do and what I challenge you to do, and please send a screenshot of your graph, is just get $10 a month. That's like a coffee, or if you're going out to the grocery store, you always pick up that stupid ass snack when you're getting something. Hold back and then use that for that, or find a way. I mean, we can find $10 pretty easy. Trust me, and just do that each month, and then you'll see how it grows. For example, I do $200 a month since December. That was probably about $3,000, and now I'm at $9,000 Bitcoin, and that's just 3 or 4 months. Now we're, it's cycle. The universe is chaos. I don't want you to get caught up when it drop up, down, drop. Stocks are the same way. That's life. Life is, look at your life chaos. You have your ups and downs, ups and downs, and ups and downs. But if you look over the long term, hopefully, if you're, on the right path, you see yourself getting better and doing that. So when you have stocks and Bitcoin, don't try to be a trader. These guys who are making that money and doing that stuff, they live and breathe that. They're so serious. Like Ray Dalio, they built an internet cable from New York to Chicago just to get 2 milliseconds so they can do trades, hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not you. You're not going to go to work full time, come home 2 to 3 hours, trade well margin where that's borrowed money. I had a client do that one time and totally screwed up, killed themselves. And you're not going to be that. So don't believe that hype on social media. Just keep it simple. All you're basically doing is trying to take all your eggs that are in one basket right now where you're dying, and slowly just taking a little bit of egg each month and putting it in different baskets. Whether it's stocks, you can do Fidelity, Charles Schwab. Those are still things, $10, $25 a month. You can hook it up to your direct deposit from your paycheck. You won't even see that shit. You won't even see it. So these are things that, I'm not saying 1, 2, 3, this is what you do. But what I'm saying is, like, this is the current situation. You may have a better way to deal with it, but these are the things. I don't like to bring up a problem and not a solution or not an out. So that's what I'm doing. I encourage everybody to watch their own path. I'm not trying to sell you something or tell you have to do it this way, but I'm just trying to bring knowledge and awareness. And, you may come from a different path, but you probably have a better solution than me. I'm open to it. I love this stuff. So that's all I'm trying to do. Just build a network of people who are aware and who have good ideas where we can do it. Can I relate this to my CPA experience and things I've seen? Yes. This is one. This is a guy. He was in his 40s. His parents, his dad passed away. I think he actually did suicide because his mom died earlier. And he laid out all his stocks and stuff like that. This guy got $3 million he inherited in stocks. He proceeded, and he was just married with a new baby. He divorced his wife immediately, took all cashed out, like each year was cashing out $1 million, buying Ferraris, houses, strippers. And I mean, he went through all that money within 5 years. And he was a bank teller. He was working at a bank making $30,000 just because he was just living that lifestyle in the wild ride. And he was like, he divorced his wife, he gave her the house and stuff like that. But don't pursue money. That's all I'm saying. And pursue life and being the best person you can be. And that's what life is really about. Don't believe this bullshit American dream that you're going to work your ass off for 80, 36 years and you're going to retire and it's going to be a great life. If you got to do you and find your path. And that's what I'm saying. This is not the only way. There's many ways. I just told you two. And throughout this series, we'll be here each week at this time on Monday. Please let us know and open up. And I've got 30 years accounting experience. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You don't see any ads. I'm just trying to put it out there because I see people hurting. And I'm like, how the hell are y'all surviving? This is crazy shit. And nobody really knows what's going on. So I'm like, I see this stuff. I'm the person that reads these, listens to YouTube, Anthony Hayes, Arthur Hayes, Philip Pinkerton. I'm watching 3-4 hour videos because I'm a nerd and I love that stuff. But, I'm just aware because I feel that pressure and I know you feel it too. So it's not hopeless. You're not a slave. You have free will to do what you want to do. Will it hurt? Will it be pretty? Will it be a social media show? No, it won't. It's going to hurt. It's going to have to sacrifice to do it. But, every time I fall or fail or do it, I take it as a lesson and I learn and I level up. And, that's just my challenge to you guys. But, I go on and on. But I just wanted to take a little bit of time to share with you guys. I'll be here every week. If you have any questions, I'm a CPA, certified public accountant with over 30 years experience dealing with clients. Total nerd, love anything talking about cryptocurrency, technology. I just love that. That's my spot in the economy. So I'm here to be, define my tribe and, see if I fuck with you and you fuck with me and we'll just talk. That's it. So check out YouTube for the Swan Bitcoin if that's where you want to go. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.